Nasty little session here before tea. Malcolm Marshall with the new ball in his hand.
Malcolm Marshall was one of the finest fast bowlers the world has ever seen. It's very sad that he's no longer with us. There are only a certain number of ways you can judge bowlers. You can look at the wickets they've taken, the number of times they took 5 in an innings or 10 in a match, and then you've got economy rate and strike rate and bowling average. But there's not much more except your eye when you look at them and you know that they're great bowlers. That's exactly what Malcolm was out on the field. There's not been anyone better over the years.
Oh, he's bowled him! He's dragged it back onto the stumps and Marshall runs down the wicket.
Bowled with a shooter.
Oh, that's a brute of a delivery.
He was outstanding. In fact, I'm asked the question a lot about who was the best bowler I faced throughout my career. And, you know, there's probably 10 guys you could nominate on different days, different conditions, as the best you've faced. But when you have to sort of pinpoint the one, I always come up with Malcolm Marshall.
And he's gone right through him. Beautiful delivery from Malcolm Marshall. Had Alan Border all squared up. And Marshall gets his second wicket. And Border bowled for 18, 2-4-70.
And it might have been that ball earlier in the over that got the wicket. Although he's played very straight there, it was a great delivery.
He wasn't very tall. I mean, they had Joel Garner, who was nearly 7 foot tall, and then they had, had Andy Roberts and Michael Holding, sort of Michael about 6'4", and Andy was probably 6'1", and then you had Malcolm about 5'10". They were all different, whereas you had Joel, who bowled balls of a length that for most bowlers you'd be thinking about playing forward to, and they'd go through here. And then you had Malcolm, who bowled balls that were short of a length that would normally you'd expect to come through here, and they'd only get up waist high because he tended to skid onto the bat more. So he was a great foil for the other bowlers because they were all different. They all had their own sort of style. But he was a tearaway young fast bowler, but then he learnt to be an intelligent fast bowler after that, and I think he'd have to rate up there with. There have been some pretty good fast bowlers that I've witnessed over the years, but I'd put him in the top 3 or 4.
Big appeal there for LBW. Must have been very close. He's given him.
Yes, good catch. Marshall to Alan Border.
That's well taken by Joel Garner.
Oh, what a good catch. Poon has gone. It's a lovely catch. Splendid piece of cricket. And the man
he could rush in off a long run and bowl searing pace, which was difficult enough in certain conditions. Then if the conditions weren't conducive to that sort of bowling, he could cut his run up down and run his finger over the seam and just bowl that type of delivery, albeit at still pretty good clip, but just off his actual top pace. He swung the ball a little bit in the right conditions, generally away from the right-hander, which made him very, very dangerous.
That's it. The breakthrough. Dyson's gone. And that's exactly what we were talking about, that Marshall was geeing himself up. Well, what about that?
The first thing that struck you when you spoke to Malcolm or looked at him was nice bloke. Don't worry about fast bowler. He's a nasty piece of work as a fast bowler. I rate him the best bowler that I've played against. And he's very similar to the guy I rate alongside him, Wasim Akram. Short run-up, fast arm action, swings the new ball and the old ball both ways, and loves bowling a bouncer, which can surprise you.
And the bouncer, that put Steve Vixen back on the back foot. Malcolm Marshall, tremendous competitor.
Oh, and first ball, Malcolm Marshall has ripped the Yorker right through him.
He was something out of the books, just the perfect bloke to have in your cricket team. Captain's dream, really, because of his versatility and what he could bowl in the different conditions.
That's LBW. And Malcolm Marshall has now taken his 300th Test match wicket. David Boone has gone. Malcolm Marshall joins the 300 club.
I'll never forget the way he used to step up when AB came into bat, and that's the responsibility and the pressure that a captain or a team's top batsman is under. But it was very detectable in Malcolm's persona. When AB came in, he wanted him.
Marshall to Alan Border.
But he's well caught by Clive Lloyd at first slips.
That's good bowling. Tack a man about leg stump, dropping the odd bouncer and push the one round a bit off stump. Always a danger for the left-hander.
I was just at the other end glad it wasn't me. You know, hopefully you get the half volley or something, but Malcolm Marshall's the best bowler I've seen.
Again the in-swinger, and this time